It's September here, and this summer's drought has taken its toll on our sunflower field. We'll try to correct that, work in some fields, and get out to our hayfield today here on the farm. You can find a link to this playlist in the description below, or check the channel page for other farming series you might like. Well guys, that drought that came through here, what was it, back in July? It has taken a toll on our farm. I've been out here checking our sunflower field, and yeah, if you recall, I mentioned something about a drought. Now, this is, of course, affected by a mod that I'm running called Realistic Weather, and my first time using it and seeing something like this, so it's cool. We will work on dealing with this, but yeah, so to catch you guys up, we are here in September now, and yeah, I didn't know how that drought would add up. Now, I have checked other fields in the area. Other farmers are suffering from the same thing, although our field, this had happened, our sunflower field here kind of got the worst of it. And looking at the other fields in the area, our sunflower field here and our neighbor's field down there really got ransacked by just the heat wave coupled with the drought. Now, the mod Realistic Weather also does allow for irrigation and things like that. I've not tried it yet, so we're seeing how that works. Right now, I have pending irrigation on this field. Now, it's a thing that you can toggle on and off. We can also, and I'd rather do it this way, water it ourselves, which is an awesome feature, I think, of this mod, and I want to get out here and do that. I'd rather do it ourselves. It sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. Of course, we don't have a sprayer, so we'll think on that one. But for now, know that this is our current pending issue right now. The irrigation is currently running. Down in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, you can see the pending irrigation cost, and you can see the moisture going up a little bit here in the field. I'm not as much a fan of this because it's automated, it's in the background, I don't see it. I'd rather fill a sprayer up with water, get out here and do it myself. We could rent one. It wouldn't be cheap. Anyway, that's an option. We'll see about that. So welcome back to the farm, guys. Here in September, we're dealing with this. We're going to check out some other things, see what we can do. Let's get out of our sunflower field here. All right. So yeah, I didn't have a video on Friday like I always do, and I apologize for that. Been busy with a lot of other things. I'm glad to be back here with you guys today on this. Let's see. Yeah, let's do a look here. Let's check out our fields. Oh yeah, so you can see right here, our field got like totally, completely the worst of it. Yeah, that's just how it happens. That's where, yeah, our field was right where this was all affecting. For whatever reason, there you go. Right, so looking at the growth, our sunflower field is a couple months out from being harvested, as is our soybean field. Our grass field is ready to harvest. That's not a surprise. That sounds about right. And what do we have for contracts we can do? I wouldn't mind something that pays pretty good. Yeah, but I don't want to harvest, what is it, beets, carrots? Yeah, I don't want to harvest that. So there's no super good paying ones that are easy to do that I see yet. Actually, not true. This one right here, $22,000. We can use our own equipment for that. We actually have that exact weeder. Yeah, you know what? And what's this one here? Let's see. Why don't we just take both of these? Yeah. Here, we're gonna make sure they have 63 hours remaining. Always check the time left, especially on the first of the month. On the first of the month, let's accept these. On the first of the month, always check the remaining time, because sometimes at the first of the month, you'll have contracts left over from the previous month or something like that, and they'll have a small time limit left, and they'll expire on you, and then that sucks. All right, so we got those started. That's something we can work on. Let's go check out our grass field. It says it's ready to mow. Yeah, so I haven't played here on the farm in a couple days, and I'm trying to remember. I thought I had a plan for the grass field. I can't remember, so let's get down there. All right, well, one thing for sure, we've got bales to move. These bales are still out here. Oh, that's right. These are the bales. We sold the rest, and these are the ones that I said, these are our bales. All right, so we do have bales to move. We got contracts to do. I would love to have a sprayer. I think, what can we do about that? Well, we have a tractor that can equip. Oh, you know what, guys? We have a solution. We 100% have a solution. Let's make sure we don't have a sprayer hiding somewhere. almost seems to me like we might. Of course, we got to scroll through this silly vertical list to see. Tell me if you see a sprayer anywhere. Man, this list. Giants, fix this list to make it something navigable like the last game. It made sense. Yeah, no sprayer. All right. However, what we do have is we have the ultimate sprayer platform. This loader, this Fendt Xylon we've been using as a loader, its primary purpose is a sprayer platform. That's, well, one reason I figure it has such good lifting capability is because of its engine is not mounted in the front. It's got a lower, like, center-mounted engine. It gives it great center of gravity, which is great for loading. But you see, its engine's mounted down low. It lets us put a huge sprayer tank on the front. This is a... Primarily, my understanding is this is a sprayer platform of a tractor. And we can mount narrow tires on this guy. See, I thought a solution might come our way. Let's take our loader off. We don't need it. Well, we will for the hay, but I want to get out there and do our own irrigation. It just sounds like fun. I haven't done it yet. It's actually a new feature of that mod, relatively new. It's in the last week or so. I probably mentioned something about it. The realistic weather mod. They just recently, or at least I recently updated it to get that feature. Let's get this kind of washed off a little bit here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the store. We're going to buy a tank and sprayer for this. And while we're there, we're going to get some narrow tires mounted so we can roll through our sunflower field. We're going to find out how all that works. Also, on the way there, that's good enough. On the way there, we're going to stop by the field and turn off the irrigation. Wow, this thing looks funny without the loader, doesn't it? I've not seen it without the loader since the day I bought it. Oh, I got us some more cattle pens out here as well. Out here in the field, I got us some open pasture cattle pens. They don't hold a whole lot though. They'll hold, let's see, this says 21. Oh, that's more than, okay, in the menu it said 7. Well, that's better than I thought. Okay, that one will hold 21. And this one here will hold, I assume, the same. Oddly, no, 14. Okay, I think I've solved that then. These have, you can drag out and resize the pasture. It's hard to see here because they're fenceless. It's a mod that I got. But you can resize them. So apparently the size you make it, fair enough. Okay, well, regardless, we've got room for however many I just said. More cows here. And we can put more of these elsewhere. I like them. I like the no fence. It's very cool. I have like open pasture. We might just, we could always acquire a field in the future and have open range cattle, which is great. You know, in my my home state of Colorado, I'm definitely familiar with seeing, you know, open range cattle. Right, so let's get over here to this field and let's turn off this irrigation. I'm going to have to look up to see how to do it because actually I think I remember how. I think it's, let me move my mic here. I think it's this button here. No, it's not it. Mod settings like this. If you didn't know, mods often have hotkeys and they'll be down at the bottom of your thing down here. Realistic weather, brake control. That is what I hit, actually. That is what I hit. That's weird. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I turned it off. It says irrigation inactive. Sorry, I saw the pending cost, and all right, yep, we got that turned off. Okay, we're going to come out here. Oh, yeah, this guy right here is going to live up to what he was built to do. He's going to haul big tanks and big sprayer boom, and we're gonna get out there and get our sunflowers watered. I think that's so cool. So they updated the mod realistic weather somewhat recently. Like I said, I saw the update maybe last week. Now we have the moisture tab and everything, and it lets you so that apparently, well, yeah, I've seen it. You can put water in sprayers, obviously, which is what we're doing. I've checked, and the sprayers have fill types to account for herbicide, fertilizer, and now also water. And we'll see how that works. See how it changes the status of the field. It's so wet here. We get so much rain here. I thought the drought might, you know, be okay, but drought is, you know, more than just a lack of rain. It's not just a lack of rain. It was a drought, and it definitely damaged the fields. All right, down here at the shop, we're gonna bring this in for service. This did originally have narrow tires on it. I put the wider tires because we were only using it as a loader, and honestly, I think it just looks better with normal tires, but we're going to get the narrow ones fit on it. Let's see, we're going to go to customize. What's the condition like? Should we repair it? Yeah, let's repair it and customize. Okay, I had wide tires on it? Wait. Oh, apparently I had wide tires on it. Well, the wide tires, they have weights, so they're heavier, and that's probably why I had them. So we'll fit it with the narrow tires. Yeah, see, it says wide tires plus weights, $0. So this is actually what we had. All right, well, we're going to mount these guys on there. All right, and it costs $0 because, of course, we bought it with narrow tires. So it's just a swap over. All right, we're going to find... The easiest way to do this is just to find the mod here, so we don't have to look for it in the category in the shop, and there it is right there. All right, we want... Okay, we have the Xylon. So here, we want this guy. Look at that. It's only $2,500. Yup. Yeah, this is one size fits all. And yeah, you can see down there, it does take water. So it's good to note that the realistic weather mod did affect the fill type for this as well. Yep, buy this. I wonder if we could fit another tank on this somewhere. No. Let's get this all hooked up. Is there room for a tank? Well, I mean, you think there would be, because there's a space right there between the wheels, but now there's nothing that can mount there. It would be a nice place to put a spare tank. But no, I don't see any mountable... All right, well, we got the front tank. Hold up, what's the capacity on it? It would be a good thing to know. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Capacity is basically 1,500 liters. Oh, but we don't have to fill it. I mean, we don't have to buy anything to put in there. We're just going to fill it up at a fill point. You know, I haven't used water yet on the map of Oak Ridge Farm. Where would we find water here? I haven't. It's not something that's crossed my mind that I've had to think about. Let me think about this for a moment. Is there water on the map? I know where it's at. There's a stream down here. It's right here. Just grab my mouse. There's a stream. I know we're here because this road goes through it. Any water towers? Let's zoom out. See, is there anything that's marked as a fill point? Well, see, by default, on the map of Oak Ridge Farm here, by default, there's no need for water because the cattle don't require it. So, you know, because there's no immediate need for it, maybe I don't know. A lot of maps make sure there's water and they make a note of it in the description. All right, we are just about back to our farm. We're going to cut through our farm here, kind of turn here. Now we don't have to worry about any traffic. And now that we can see a little better, I don't see any water towers. There could be one at the farm. Something I never thought about because, yeah, our cattle pen doesn't require it, and I haven't... Well, the stream's down here. All right, up here is the only water that I'm aware of in Oak Ridge Farm. The bottom of this hill here. It's not here. Well, we can always build a water tank or something, place one at our house. But let's see. All right, I drove fairly deep into the water here, and I have the tooltip thing up there, and yeah, there's no option to fill here. So let's back up before we flood our engine. Well, not flood our engine, but before we submerge our air intake. Let's get out of here. And, well, we'll get back to the farm. And I guess we'll just place a water tank. It'd be the quickest thing I can think of. We'll find some way. I didn't see any fill points on the map. Fill points are color-coded blue. And the only ones I see are the 2 fuel tanks on our farm. Oh, look at that. Those 2 contracts we took. I didn't even notice. They are right next to one another. That'll be handy. Yeah. All right, we'll go back to our farm and we'll just, we will purchase a water tank. Find a good spot for it. Probably on the, our northern farm there where our big equipment is. All right, so look at that. We got a water tank right here. Wow, how convenient is that? I wonder... Oh, I never noticed that here before. All right, fill up with water. Yeah, I didn't really know. Of course, I didn't know how the drought was going to affect our field. I was very surprised, as much as you were, to come out here and see all the dead patches in my sunflower field. Although I got to admit, it was very cool. I thought it was very cool. I was like, wow, look, it actually killed my sunflowers. Yeah, now I have something to fix out in my field. All right, so you can see the moisture. If you look at the top of the moisture window there, it varies as we move around. So we're going to try making a pass with our new water sprayer here. This is so cool. Our Fendt Xylon just got cooler. Remember I was raving about this tractor, what, like 2 episodes ago? I put it on the thumbnail and I said, this is the best tractor, whatever. Well, look at that. It rides again. Let's get this unfolded here. And see what our span is, our boom span. Big enough. Big enough. What, like 22 meters, something like that? Let's see, what's it say? 21. Ooh, I was close. All right. And we are just spraying. Oh, so cool. We're just spraying water. Now, there's no way to tell. Yeah, see that other, anyway. There's no way to tell where we've been because this doesn't read on the map like a filter. Does it darken the soil noticeably? It's hard to say because we got crops down. Let's just run one pass here. There's no filter for it on the map. So it's fine. It's fine. We're just going to go, yeah, we're farming. We're just going to use our eyes and see where the crops look like. Maybe they receive some benefit. Ay, ay, ay. Water goes fast, guys. It's a good thing. It's, wow. You know, they might want to have a look at that because... Okay, so, yeah, that's really fun, but I think that needs to be balanced a little better because that's not manageable unless we get creative and find... We had a water trailer, but look, let's see what we got here. Let's see if it did anything. 3-4%. It's about the numbers we were seeing. Let's walk. Okay, let's walk over here where we weren't hitting. Yeah, it dips down to like 2%. I just want to make sure we don't lose any more of our field to drought. Well, there's places here where it's might take time, and there's also the issue of, yeah, that used the water entirely too fast. We can turn the irrigation back on. I was hoping that was gonna... It's like I got to drive my friend's sports car, and then I got to the end of the block and it ran out of gas. Yeah, this kind of just killed my fun. It's like, well, dang, I was having so much fun with the sprayer. All right. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, for instance, there is, we could find a trailer, a tank trailer with a 3-point on it or something. I mean, there's a way to get more water on this thing. I think the mod might need adjusting, though. Well, for now, let's turn irrigation back on. Look, it was fun. We tried. Let's turn irrigation back on. I'll revisit this at a later date. I'll check, maybe I'll see if there's any comments on the mod, see if there's any this or that, any instructions, something I missed. But that's all very cool, and this tractor still is very cool because now the tractor can do this. All right. So let's get this back. We've got, why don't we do some weeding? We've got more bale moving. We did a lot of bale moving. I feel like in the last few videos, yeah, we do a lot of bale moving. Plus, we just hooked up the sprayer to our Fendt. Here, let's park this here. It looks really good on there. It looks really, really good on there. Let's get back to the other farm. We'll grab our big tractor and our weeder, and we can get started on one of these contracts and make some money. We should see, how are the cattle? Oh, they look like they're a little thin on straw. Let's see here. Cattle. Would these pastures put out manure and slurry? This thing I didn't check. These are modded pastures. They're not the ones from Giants. It looks like, and the one from Giants does not support a manure or slurry pit because I've tried. These might. So we might want a slurry pit and a manure heap out there for those new pens. That's something to keep an eye out for. These cattle here in our main pen, yeah, because we don't even have cows out there, obviously, yet, right? We got lots of stuff to do. Hey, I figured, and this is something that, yeah, we want to, this was supposed to be a huge cattle farm, and this is something since last episode, I was like, yeah, let's get real numbers of cows here. Let's get some stuff. So we're working on that. Where's the straw bar? Oh, there it is. Straw's okay. It's okay. And I mean, I could put another bale in there, but it's fine. They could use food, but it's fine. We'll come back and feed them. Just remember, we got to feed them this month. I'm going to get the big tractor. All right, let's get hitched up to our weeder, which right here it is. Oh, that plow is dirty. I see where we're going. We're going to go through town a different way than we usually go. In fact, I've only been out this way, I don't know, once or twice for a contract, and probably not in any of these episodes. Let's get our gate open here. Yeah, so we're going to be going through town. Luckily, both of these fields are side by side. Now here, instead of, yeah, we always go that way to the left, but instead we're going to follow this around beautiful English countryside here. And the field we're looking for is up on the right here somewhere. That should be it up there, I believe. Should be it there. Let's make sure we're at the right place here. Actually, we can just pull this up. This will tell us. Actually, not this field. The next field up there. It's kind of foggy down here. Well, yeah, the road goes through a low section over there. It's got flood warning signs on that section of road back there we came from. So we're going up to this next field here. Here we go. Here's a gate. This field doesn't have anything planted, does it? Let's see here. Nope. Well, I mean, barley, just barely. Well, luckily, we've got guidance steering. GPS system in our tractor will let us know where we've been. Yeah, a field like this, which is like, what, like, I think if this field was like almost 10 hectares. Yeah, it's over 9 hectares. And when there's no noticeable weeds that you're weeding, you gotta depend on the GPS to tell you where you haven't been. Otherwise, well, you got tire tracks. Aside from that, it's just watching your tire tracks. But luckily, we do have a way to tell. So these really big weeding contracts are great for money because I guess they calculate it by acreage. And acreage-wise, we have a lot. But our tool is very big. So we can get paid pretty decently for making, that many passes. Not bad at all. Yes, I didn't know what to expect with sunflowers. I kind of got the air let out of my sails with the whole, man, I use that water fast. I don't think I should use it that fast. I just really don't. Yeah, I don't think I should use it that fast. Like, not even close. I think that's a mistake on the modder's part. Because, I mean, I'm not an expert, but I've seen tankers spraying water, and they spray water all day long. They don't run out like that. Yeah, you know. And also, I figure that pass where we ran the water, I didn't see a noticeable difference in the moisture, but it might be something I have to check back on later. As, yeah, we'll have to see. See, like, that drought came and went. I didn't see any noticeable difference on the field, as you wouldn't in real life, I imagine. I imagine it would be some time before the dryness really took its toll on the field, so it may not be immediately that I see a difference in moisture on the field. I'll have to check back, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. We'll see. 'Cause I like that mod. I like the idea of the mod and everything that it does, which it does a lot with weather. It doesn't just add that. It does a lot. It's responsible for the blizzards, big snowstorms you've seen in some of the save games I have. I mean, some of the videos I put out, as well as some of the thick fog. That's, you know, it's responsible for some of the thick fog for that. It's responsible for a lot of vehicle physics too, the way tires and stuff grip in the snow and in the rain and such like that. Realistic weather, if you don't have it, you're not familiar with it, check it out. It's on the mod hub. Yeah, these will pay pretty well. These together, although we're out of the, I believe we have paid the last payment for our wheel loader. That's paid off. That was some pretty steep payments. Yeah, there's one. Oh, this is actually not a full lap of the field. It says it is. It says we've done this row, but this is the row we locked onto it down there at the very start. So we do have to run this. This is not done yet. It's good to remember that kind of stuff. Our wheel loader, that was some pretty steep payments we paid on that guy. So I got it on a 6-month thing. I wanted the wheel loader. I didn't want to be making payments on it forever, so I signed up for 6-month installments on it. So it was like 40-something thousand a month. Yeah, I said that in a previous episode. I believe it's paid off, so we don't need to raise as much money every month as I did before. Or, you know, we can and just instead use the money for other things. Maybe put some money toward a new field for a bigger cow pasture. We have that soybean field, which is, where is it at? Oh, it's way up there. A soybean field. Once we harvest that, I mean, I don't know as we need it. What I do want is way more cattle. I want lots of cattle. We could turn our soybean field, after we harvest it, into a big cattle pasture. That could be cool. This certainly feels like a long field. How long are these rows? Well, yeah, southern edge is pretty long. I've been sitting here behind the wheel of this tractor in silence for a minute or two. It's a long field, but 40% of the way complete. Oh, that's right. I read that in the patch notes. So there was a patch a couple days ago. I've been really busy with things. I've not played since then. It said something about auto-disabling cruise control on the guidance steering. And, well, I guess you guys wouldn't know. You're not driving the tractor as I am. But right there at the end of the thing, my tractor just stopped. I was like, what was that? I was like, what just happened? Did it lower it? Yeah, it did. I was like, what just happened? My tractor stopped moving. Yeah, something they added to, apparently, well, they said there's an option. I did read through the patch notes. It said there's an option now for turning that off. A couple other things. Also, as a side note, when I got on, as I always do, I look at recent mods in the mod hub. I saw there's version 1.1 of the Nexat pack. I'll have to check that out. Maybe they actually fixed that thing. That thing was an abomination that they charged money for something that didn't even work at all. Yeah, I'll have to check that out in a future video. Anyway, so yeah, that's cool. They've added some things, a couple little features here that I've noticed so far. We can also always hop back in the Fendt Vario and do some hay moving. You know, I do like to kind of mix things up in the episode a little bit. Could always get out there in the field, move some hay around. Yeah, we don't have to mow this month, but the field is ready to mow this month. And that thing puts out a lot of hay. I mean, in the harvest season, you know it does. Every other month, that 5.5 hectare field, we can mow it again. And there's no reason not to. It's good profit. I don't know what happened there. I guess the hill, I guess this thing slid down the hill a little bit. I mean, it's a heavy weeder. So then my tractor's going to stop on its own. Let's see. No, it just turns off the cruise control. Interesting. Okay, well, hey, that's not bad. It is an option, I believe, as I read in the patch notes, that you can toggle on and off, so. Now, one thing about this, as I mentioned before, this is one of a few jobs that you have to have these lines to see where you're going, basically, right? So, in the interest of that, one thing you want to make sure, we could drive this tractor anywhere on the map. We could drive this tractor somewhere else, save the game, quit, load back into the game, come back, anything we want. And these lines will stay here. See, I go back here. You can see which ones we run because they're gray and the ones we haven't because they're white, right? And just FYI, that'll let us know. And we can go anywhere and come back and it'll still show us where we've been. Very important because, for instance, if I were to leave the game and come back, my tire tracks would disappear. Tire tracks, to my knowledge, at least on PC, only disappear when you exit and reload the game. So just talking about some game stuff here. at least on PC, as far as I've witnessed, tire tracks, these ruts here, only disappear on log out. So if I were to leave the field, log off, log back on, I wouldn't be able to see where I've been in this field at all, save for the steering lines here, the GPS. That said, do not disconnect your weeder. I can go anywhere. Oh, that's what I was getting to. I can go anywhere I want on the map. I can quit, come back, anything like that. As long as the weeder stays attached to the tractor, it will save this GPS data here and we'll know where we have and haven't been. That's just a tip for any of you doing a project like this. And maybe you've had that happen where you did disconnect the tool and then reconnect it and you came back up to the field to see, oh crap. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. But we'll be fine. I might just finish this field up here. We're 60% of the way done right now. That's kind of cool about it. Automatically turning off the cruise control at the end of the row in the field. I mean, it makes sense. I'm sure tractors have settings like that and more, obviously. And as someone who's, I've definitely never fallen asleep while farming. And I've definitely never found myself in the trees after having done so. That's definitely never happened. But if that did happen, something like that could be a handy setting to have, you know, turning off the cruise control. Well, we're just about done here. I think we just got a partial run of the north section of the field. Of course, there's still that field over there, but we'll get that done later. We got all month. For now, we're just about ready to finish this up, and then we can go have a look at our hay. This turned around here without hitting something. Yeah, we'll have a look at our hay. The hay that's left, I remember we want to keep for our farm. There should be, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was about a trailer load of hay left. So we'll get our loader hooked back up to our Fendt, and we'll park the sprayer for now. The sprayer is going to come in handy. I'll look into some solutions for that, but we'll get the loader hooked up, and we'll get some hay moved. Probably, we got room where we were, we might not even use the trailer. Might just haul it. We'll put it away where it goes under the the vehicle shelter. All right, contract finished. Right at the very end of the field too. That's good. This row is starting to collide with that run there, and I was thinking, man, if we don't finish it with this row, I'm gonna have to go through the field and find, which has happened before, find some place without tire tracks and be like, where haven't I been? It's happened before. So let's pull up our map to make sure. I want to, yeah, confirm. But yep, this field up here, we're gonna park our tractor up here, and we're gonna head back to the farm and get our loader hooked up. I want to park this out here so that I kind of know where we left off. This unfolded. I think it unfolds fast. I mean, that's like really fast. There we go. All right, we're going to park this here for now. We'll get back out here. Let's turn this one in. We finished. Just get it off the screen. 22 grand. All right, that's going to come in handy. I'm going to catch a ride down to our farm, and we're going to get that loader hooked up. So we can park this. You know what? We can leave this sprayer as long as we're here. We got, wait, here or maybe down here. There's plenty of room at this farm for this sprayer. This farm has far less equipment parked at it. So let's see, where's a good spot? There should be open bays down here. It's harder to back trailers in this farthest one, so I bet this is a good place for sprayer. We'll park it right here. We will revisit our tank and that later. However, on the way over to get the loader, let's do check on the, I don't know if it's going to be a matter of time till we see a difference in the moisture, or if it's, I don't know, but let's see if it's different at all. If it is a matter of time, it likely wouldn't be till next month. I don't know. Let's see what it says here. It's saying 4%, which, to be fair, it does seem, or of course it says irrigation's active, yeah, because I turned it on. You know, it's actually higher over here. Go figure. you know, it'll take time to figure this out, and I will read up online. I'll see if there's anything regarding certain things about it. But still, very cool that it has an effect on our crop growth. I like things that have an effect on the crop growth because things in real life have effects on crop growth. Yeah. Yeah, I like to see the fields not necessarily growing perfectly uniform. I like anything that causes any kind of disruption or anything like that whatsoever. Seems everything's more real when you have flaws in the system, or not necessarily the wording that I would use, but you know, things are not perfect. That's why I never aim for the perfect square trim fields. When you see me work fields, I go around the corners. I drive the way that I would think you would drive. If I miss spots, then spots get missed, and that's all there is to it. Alright, so this is slightly a small issue here. Well, it's because, yeah. So I'm going to have to get that, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get creative. We're going to park this here. Yeah, because that's on a... Yeah, it's because the slope on the ground there. We're going to get that pulled out and hooked onto the tractor. We're going to run over here and grab our wheel loader. Wheel loader is going to be our friend and help us out on this. Okay, now let's see if we can carefully get under this and get this moved back. All right, ingenuity wins the day. I believe we got that out here where we can hook it up now. Well, hopefully the problem is, yeah, actually the problem still looks like the same problem. Well, let's see. Let's try to get a... I've only hooked it up once, obviously. And it was when I first bought it. I haven't taken it off since, but when I bought it, we just drove right into it. So let's just be very careful here. Yeah, it's just all right. Well, again, you know, we'll also have to be smarter than the equipment we're working with. Now, if we park this like so, it should stay, my wheel should stay turned when I hop out. Yeah. Okay. That's something I've noticed in FS25. Yeah, if you leave your wheel turned when you get out, it will stay turned. See, I have the thing kind of pivoted there. We should be able to... There we go. Boom. Whoops, that was silly of me. Let's back up first. All right. We got this attached again. Let's shut this machine down. As we can leave this parked here like this. All right, we got time. Well, actually today we don't have time for a lot more, but we can finally get out here and work some on this. Let's see what we got here. See, I'm not sure we need the trailer at all. I mean, it's parked right there, but you see where we're taking these bales is right in there by the baler. You see that stack of hay bales. You know, there's let's see what we got. 2 back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see maybe 5 trips of bales. I say it's not worth loading. No, it's not worth loading because we'd have to drive it 10 feet and immediately unload it. So, yeah, we're just going to run these over there. Maybe 6 trips of bales. Try to get them stacked as neatly as I can so that they fit together better in the vehicle shelter there. Let's get these down there. Whoops, let me get this better on the forks. There we go. This thing is an excellent loader. Don't know what I'd do without it. I mean, yeah, just imagine if this thing was 4-wheel steering. It'd be an absolute beast. Well, guys, thanks for joining me so much today here in September, where all kinds of interesting things happened. We learned a few things, explored a few things, and lots of stuff going on here at the farm. I'll catch up with you guys either later this month or next month in October. We'll see what happens, what's going on, and hopefully we'll have an update on our sunflower drought situation. For now, I'm going to get to work loading this hay, finish our weeding contracts, And you guys have a good one. I'll see you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Whoops, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and click the notification bell so that you get alerts when there's new videos. Helps the channel, helps me know what you guys want to see, things like that. And of course, just you can always comment down below and tell me what you think of the video. That'd be great. I always read and reply to comments when I see them. Thanks so much, guys. I will catch you next time here in a couple of days. And maybe sooner, you know what? I think we're going to do some truck driving. An American Truck Simulator, of course. I want to keep posting those videos so I don't fall behind on that. I like playing that game. I don't like when I don't play it. Maybe check out some of my truck videos. They're fun. Anyway, in the meantime, guys, see you later.